Welcome to your exclusive presentation of Kingsley, Pierson, and Fuller Digital Solutions.
And welcome here, folks, as we are in Kingsley. And Kingsley Pierson Panthers meet the team. I'm here with the baseball team in the home dugout on a nice day. And we have our first Panther up to bat, if you will. Who am I speaking with?
Jackson Nissen.
Jackson, how are you doing today?
Good, how you doing?
Awesome. So kind of being the brave first one up here and kind of taking that leadership role. Are you a senior on the team?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So tell me a little bit about, let's start off by introducing yourself to our listeners and our viewers who aren't familiar with who you are. Let's go who your parents are, how old you are, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, my parents are Chris and Heather Nissen, and I'm 19 years old.
Gotcha. Like you mentioned, a senior on the team, one of those leaders. Tell me a little bit about the roles you played defensively for the Panthers this year.
Yeah, I mostly play outfield and then pitch a lot, but I've also played third base, first base, and second base one time too.
Gotcha. So I feel like you can really do whatever the team needs you to do to be successful.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that pitching position. You guys have had some success this year and also gone up against some really strong competition. So what's one thing you really like to keep in mind when you're out there on the mound?
Just throw a lot of strikes. Don't try to walk a bunch of people. Get ahead in the count early.
Gotcha. Get ahead early, kind of. Do you think you're kind of a pitcher that has got that strikeout stuff, or do you kind of feel you pitch to contact and let your defense work behind you? What are your thoughts on kind of your style?
I mostly pitch to contact, but if I can get strikeouts sometimes.
Sure,
I
absolutely.
want to, yeah.
Throwing strikes, they're going to come eventually, just like you said. So now kind of talk to me offensively. When you do get the chance to be at bat, you step up to the plate. Do you have a certain approach that you kind of like to think of or any ritual that you kind of do before to get geared up?
The approach just depends on, the situation. If there's runners on third and second, just try to put it in play on the right side and hit them in, or if there's nobody on base, just try to get on, start something.
Gotcha. I'm sure just very situational depending on really what's going on. But, any goals that you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint this year that you really like to accomplish?
Well, team standpoint, try to go to state again since we've been 3 of the last 4 years, so that's definitely a main goal.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Any individual goals just for yourself in terms of whether that's, a certain goal for your batting average or anything like that?
Nothing in particular, really.
Gotcha. Just kind of team-oriented in that way. Awesome. Well, Jackson, thanks for chatting with me. Appreciate it, and best of luck this year.
Thank you.
All righty, and we'll get our next Brave Soul. It's just easy peasy like that. No worries. All righty, we've got our next Kingsley Pierson Panther. Who am I speaking with?
Jameson Sistrunk.
Jameson, how are you doing?
All right.
Good. Kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing to start us off.
My parents are Daniel Sistrunk and Michaela Ferguson, and I'm 17 years old.
Gotcha. So are you a senior on the team?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Gotcha.
Young
So
one.
definitely one of the upperclassmen taking on that leadership role. And you guys have a ton of younger kids as well. Talk to me a little bit about how you think they've been kind of taking on and taking after you guys coming up.
It seems like everyone's been doing all right to me. Everyone's new to the starting role this year. I think, seven new starters? But I think everyone's doing all right.
Gotcha. It seems like you guys are coming along quite nice. I mean, you guys are 5-1 in the Western Valley, so obviously taking care of business in the conference games. And it seems to me that you guys play some really tough competition outside of your conference, and that obviously bodes well come the end of the season. Do you think kind of that strong competition helps you guys throughout the season?
Yeah. It definitely prepares us more for the postseason games that are coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Jameson, tell me about on defense, kind of your role defensively on the team.
I usually just switch in between left and right field. And
gotcha. Any real difference? I mean, obviously, besides left and then therefore right, but I mean, in terms of how you play it or how you approach the corner spots in the outfield?
Nah.
Gotcha.
They'd play the same.
Kind of interchangeable to you. Doesn't really matter. Awesome. Talk to me offensively. Do you have kind of an approach or something you like to think about? Kind of a hitting philosophy of yours that you like to practice?
I try not to think whenever I'm batting.
And I've heard the same thing from other guys. I've asked the exact same thing. They're like, I don't really think about anything when I'm up there. I mean, the more you think, that's just not a recipe for success. But awesome. Exactly. So kind of just stay relaxed, stay chill. Awesome. Love to hear it. Any goals that you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint, that you'd really like to accomplish this year?
I mean, win conference, go to state, right?
Absolutely.
That's a goal for everybody.
Absolutely. Gotcha. Awesome. Jameson, great to chat with you. Thanks for sitting down. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
And that was Jameson Sistrunk. Now we're going to have another upperclassmen, I believe, come up here. Alrighty, who am I speaking with?
Colton Kurtz.
Colton, how are you doing?
Good, you?
I'm doing good. So, kind of same deal. Kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing.
All right. Just whenever?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Colton Kurtz. I'm 18. My parents are Brant Kurtz and Allison Kurtz.
Gotcha, awesome. So, 18, you're a senior on the team as well?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it seems like you have a good group of those seniors that I'm sure you've been playing sports with your whole high school career. Tell me kind of how your relationship is with your teammates.
I'd say it's pretty good. I'd like to say that I'm normally the hype man, always positive.
Gotcha.
At least try to be.
Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah. Talk to me about kind of the role you play on defense. What spot are you at on the field?
I mainly play second, but I dabble in outfield here and there.
Gotcha. So kind of second baseman. In my mind, one of the middle infielder spots, you have to have a really good relationship with your shortstop. And it might be kind of an unspoken thing too, or it might be a spoken thing, but you got to really know each other, who can get to what, who's covering the bag. Do you feel like you and your shortstop have a good relationship?
I say there's some chemistry there, yeah.
Awesome. Great to hear. And any goals that you have this year for yourself or for the team?
Yeah, mainly just to not have as many errors as my following years. And then whenever I get up to bat, I just try and get on base.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talk to me about the success that the team's had the past couple years. Obviously, you've been a part of that as a senior, so I'm sure that's something that you want to continue this year as well.
No, it was definitely one of my favorite memories was going down to Carroll and State, and it's always a fun time with the boys in the hotel rooms.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Colton, thanks for chatting with me, and best of luck this season.
Thank you much.
Thank you. And again, that was Colton Kurtz. I already passed the mic to the next Panther. Who am I speaking with?
Kevin.
How are you doing?
Good.
So, kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, kind of for our listeners and viewers who maybe aren't familiar with you.
I'm Kevin Wright. I'm 17, and my parents are Toby and Tammy Wright.
Gotcha. So, are you a junior on the team? Gotcha. So, how's it been now, maybe from a sophomore now to the junior, kind of maybe a more upperclassman role and something like that? How has that transition been for you?
I mean, definitely transferring to a leadership role. Because last year we had so many seniors, so kind of got to step up.
Yeah, like one of your teammates said, kind of a bunch of new starters this year, so kind of a lot of people having to step up and take new roles, and you feel like that you've been comfortable with that so far?
Yeah.
Awesome. Talk to me about those roles. Let's start on defense, kind of where you fit in the field and that sort of thing.
Pretty much played almost everywhere, outfield and shortstop mainly pretty much, and started at second, and then a little bit of pitching.
Gotcha. So maybe a little bit of everything, like you said, and that's kind of how it has to be, especially kind of small towns, small schools. You have to be willing to kind of make it interchangeable and go to different places and that sort of thing. Talk to me about offensively. Is there something you like to think about or anything that you really think is a strength of your game so far offensively?
Right now I'm just trying to improve, really.
Sure.
I mean, nothing too special about my hitting at all, but...
Gotcha. Is there anything in particular you're really focused on, or is it just kind of a general kind of improvement, get better?
I'm just trying to do the job for the situation I'm in.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Kevin Wright. Now our next Panther. Next Panther in the hot seat. All right, who am I speaking with?
This is JJ Bird.
How are you doing, JJ?
All right, how about you?
I'm doing great. So, kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing.
All right, I'm JJ Bird. I'm 17. My parents are Jason Bird and Aaron Carlson.
Gotcha. So you're a junior on the team, I assume?
I am.
Awesome. So kind of start by telling me your defensive positions, what you play out in the field.
Well, when I am out there, I'm playing in the outfield. That's about it. That's where I've played most of my baseball career. And that's about it, really.
Gotcha. What's one thing that you really think is important to keep in mind, regardless of the position in the outfield, but just in general when you play outfield, something always to think about?
Be patient and don't get too freaked out once that ball's hitting the air. You got time to read it and you got to get there.
Absolutely, and that's you do have time and exactly like you said, kind of make that good first step and get to the ball, definitely. Talk to me offensively. What's the real strength or something you're really working to improve upon in your batting game this year so far?
Definitely don't get too much in your head.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a huge deal. You just got to lock in, as we say, and hit the ball. I mean,
absolutely. Simple as that, and that's sometimes the simplest approaches are kind of the best because, like you said, you're not thinking too much. Simple, bat on ball, get on base, easy as that.
Yep.
So any goals that you have, either for yourself, from a team standpoint, or anything in between there?
Personally, is just get some better at bats, hit some nice line drives. Maybe as a team, just all around, more bats on the ball, no more pop-ups, and getting on base.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Quality at bats. You know, you're not always going to get a hit, right? But hitting it hard on a line somewhere, stay out of the air. You know, stay off the ground and that sort of thing. So awesome. Best of luck this year, JJ. Thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
That was JJ Bird. Now we're going to have our next Panther here. Awesome. Alrighty, so we got some sophomores coming up. Who am I speaking with?
Landon Howe.
Landon, awesome. How are you doing? So you're a sophomore. Who are your parents? First of all, kind of for people who don't know who you are.
My parents are Lance and Jenny Howe.
Gotcha. So a sophomore on the team. Were you on the team last year as well?
Yeah, I was.
So kind of talk to me about how it's been now. Obviously, and were you on the team as an 8th grader?
Yeah.
So 8th grade, then the freshman year, now kind of your third year, if you will, up here at this high school level. So kind of how has that been? Now I'm sure you kind of got your feet under you fully, and you can really start to excel in what you're doing. Kind of give me your thoughts on how it's been so far this year.
It's been fun. My role's changed a lot from 8th grade to now, but I'm just trying to stay calm and confident and play my baseball.
Absolutely. Do you play any other sports besides baseball?
Yeah, I play basketball and football.
Gotcha. And it seems to me like towns like this, you get kind of your grade, and a lot of you guys play all the different sports. So do you think that's a benefit when, you know, whether it is basketball, football, baseball, you guys are competing year-round, and you never really have that off-season to say?
Yeah, I'd say our chemistry is pretty well.
Yeah.
Especially my grade.
Yeah.
We've always been pretty close. So
awesome. Talk to me when you do get the chance to go out in the field, kind of what positions you play or where your role is there.
I play mainly first base, and I pitch sometimes too.
Gotcha. So talk to me a little bit about that first base position. That's definitely an important position. A lot of traffic over there coming your way. So, you know, high workload. Is that something you're comfortable with?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with that.
Gotcha. Kind of, you got to have that mentality. Want the ball hit to you. Want to get the ball. So it's great to see that you have that. Talk to me offensively. Kind of, how do you feel like your bat's been doing this year? Is there anything you're really looking to improve upon, or something that you really think you've done well so far?
I kind of started off cold, but I've been putting a lot of work in, so I know it's coming. So.
Right, and baseball is one of those kind of streaky sports. Kind of have a cold spurt. You can get hot then a little bit later. So really kind of mellowing it out there and staying consistent, I'm sure, is always the goal. Speaking of goals, any goals for you or the team, from a team perspective, that you're really looking forward to this year?
Nothing personal, but I know we have a team goal that we're working towards. So
gotcha. Absolutely. Awesome. So thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate you, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and like Coach said, we're here to the sophomores now. Alrighty, who am I chatting with?
Tyler Cook.
Tyler, how are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Awesome. So, kind of who your parents are, how old you are. We know you're obviously a sophomore, but tell us a little bit about yourself for those viewers who don't know you.
My parents are Casey and Cindy Cook, and I am 16 years old.
Awesome. So, tell me a little bit about the positions you play on defense.
I'm at third, and then I pitch too.
Gotcha. So talk to me about third base. Now that's, you know, the hot corner, as they say, another high workload, a lot of balls coming at you. What's one thing that you really feel, you know, you need to think about or you need to know how to do when you're playing third base?
You got to read the ball quick. You got to read the bounce, where your hand's going to be.
Sure.
And the throw. You got to set up your feet for the throw, and yeah.
Gotcha. What do you think is really a strength of yours when you do play third base, and something that you really pride yourself on?
My arm.
Gotcha.
I feel like I can take my time.
No issues with the throw.
And then I can throw it and get in there in time.
Awesome. Absolutely. Talk to me kind of offensively when you get a chance to step in the box. What's your approach or kind of your hitting philosophy this year and how you approach that?
Just don't get too up on yourself.
Sure.
Just stay calm. don't get under the ball, don't try to hit home runs, just line drive, slot swing, and
yeah. And that's the thing is, trying to do those things, it's not really ever going to happen. It's when you just have that nice level swing that those things naturally come, the home runs and the hard hits, that sort of thing. So talk to me now, any goals you have, either for yourself, from a team perspective, that you're really looking forward to accomplishing.
I'd like to make a all-conference team, maybe an all-district team. I hope we can win the conference tournament and make a run at state.
Absolutely. Well, Tyler, thanks for chatting with me. We wish you the best of luck this year, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you in the coming years. Awesome.
Thank you.
Again, that was Tyler Cook. All righty, our next Panther, who am I speaking with?
Easton Nissen.
Easton, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Awesome, doing great. So, kind of who your parents are, how old you are, kind of. By now, I'm sure you know the drill here, watching from the sidelines, so go ahead.
I'm 16. My parents are Chris and Heather Nissen.
Gotcha. So talk to me first about, so you're a sophomore?
Yeah.
I assume? Gotcha.
Sophomore.
So talk to me about how kind of your relationship is with your teammates. I've kind of been asking that. Looks like you guys have a lot of sophomores and a lot of younger guys, so how has it been you being a nice big group here together?
It's great. A lot of guys grew up playing with, got to know a couple new guys, so it's great playing with them.
Awesome, awesome. Now, position-wise, where are you at there in the field?
Shortstop, pitch a little bit, so like second base sometimes.
Gotcha. So one of the middle infielders, mainly probably shortstop.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that position. Another kind of high workload. Most of the balls coming to shortstop, and I would say kind of the leader of that infield in a way. So how have you kind of embraced that shortstop position throughout your time here?
Just try to stay calm there. Try to be vocal out there. Make sure everyone knows what we're doing. Be a leader.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you said it. Be vocal. That's something that is really, invaluable to baseball teams and softball teams, is just the communication and that sort of thing. Now, talk to me offensively. Anything that you really think you've been doing well so far this year when you get up to bat?
I've been putting the ball in play a lot. I haven't struck out this year, but I need to start hitting the ball a little harder. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, awesome. So, to your point, like you said, haven't struck out. That's super important. Put the ball in play. If you can't get it in play, there's really no chance. So to even put it in play, make them, get the out is super good. And then that kind of answered the next question I was going to ask you in terms of goals. So wanting to hit the ball maybe a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that'll come. I mean, you're only a sophomore, and you've got some time here to kind of strengthen up even more than you already have. So we wish you the best of luck this season. Thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Alrighty. And we are chugging right along here.
Caleb, you gonna do all the 15th graders together, or you gonna do them one at a time?
We can do them one at a time. How many do we have? A lot.
There's a bunch of them.
We'll just do quick 30 seconds with them each. We'll keep it short.
Yep.
Yep. Sounds good. Nope, sounds good. Absolutely, no worries. All right, so who am I speaking with?
Wyatt Clayton.
Wyatt. So kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, what grade you're in, that sort of thing.
My parents are Cody and Abby Clayton. I'm 15, and I'm a freshman.
Gotcha, so a freshman on the team. Were you on the team as an 8th grader as well?
Yeah.
Awesome. So how is it kind of now, that first year, I'm sure a little bit of an adjustment, but now kind of year 2 up here at the high school level, what's something that you're really looking to continue to improve upon in this year?
Just keeping in the right mind, staying relaxed. This year being a first-year starter, just trying to do my job and not overthink things.
Absolutely. I like how you said that. Just do your job, and that's really what it takes. You can't really do too much. Baseball's a team sport. Do your job and trust that the guy next to you is going to do theirs, and if you do that, then everything will work out.
Yeah.
So position-wise, kind of where are you at out there in the field?
I'm a catcher.
Catcher, so that's definitely a unique position. Obviously, the only one kind of facing that other way, have that full view of the field, kind of that leadership role, and very vocal. A good catcher is always. So, kind of your thoughts on when you get to behind the dish there.
Well, my mentality is just be a brick wall. Don't let anything pass me.
Gotcha.
Just know what's happening at all times, where runners are at.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a real strength of your game? Is like you said, just kind of being that brick wall, rarely getting balls behind you, and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's definitely developed as I progressed. I've started to relax more and just stop
I just blocked more
Sure.
as we've gone on. So yeah.
Sure, awesome. And just like I said, it is a progression thing, and I'm sure there's still a lot of room to go as well, and that you're working on that and working to improve. Offensively, tell me a little bit about what you think a strength is of your offensive game. Obviously, being a catcher, some of the catchers are known kind of to have a strong bat. So, what are your thoughts there?
My strength's definitely getting a bunt down.
Okay, gotcha.
Just doing what my team needs me to do when I'm
Sure.
up there.
Sure.
So.
And that's really what it's about, especially when you are playing these really fantastic teams, the Akron Westfields, the Rebs and St. Mary's. It takes that small ball. It takes the moving runners, putting bunts down, and stealing bases. And so that sort of thing, if you're able to do it like I believe you are, invaluable. So any goals that you have, either for yourself or from an entire team perspective this year?
Well, obviously as a team, we want to make a run at state.
Sure.
But I don't really have much for myself, just do what I need to do.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Do kind of your role, whatever needs done. Awesome. Yep. Great to hear it. Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Who am I speaking with?
John Leakley.
All righty. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing.
Robert Leakley and Nikki Leakley.
Gotcha. And how old you are?
15.
15. So, are you another freshman?
Yep.
Awesome. So, were you on the team as an 8th grader as well?
I was.
Gotcha. So, kind of same question. Now, year number 2 of kind of your high school baseball career, what's some things that you really think that you're looking to improve upon this year?
Seeing the pitch better and recognizing it, whether it be off speed or not off speed.
Gotcha. And part of that is just is reps. You know, getting in there, getting in the cage, seeing balls come at you, and being here at practice, I'm sure every day, it will only make you better. So as you progress, I'm sure kind of that vision will get better for you. Now talk to me, you know, that's kind of your offensive side of things. Now defensively, what positions do you really play on defense?
I'm in the outfield and I also pitch.
Gotcha. So talk to me about that pitcher position. When you do get the opportunity to pitch, do you kind of find yourself in a starting role? Are you in relief typically? Where do you consider yourself?
I'm in relief more often than not, and I really enjoy it. I like the spotlight.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I mean relief is one of those where sometimes you can inherit some not so good situations, you know, runners in scoring position, runners on base, you know, and kind of a mess. So is that something are you confident that if there is a sticky situation that you can say, hey, pick me, coach?
100%.
Awesome. I love the mindset there. Now talk to me, any goals that you have, either for yourself, from a team standpoint this year?
Getting back down to Carroll.
Yeah.
Especially with the new team would be pretty sweet.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it, and have a good season this year.
Thank you.
All righty. All righty. Who am I speaking with?
Drake Susie.
Drake, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So first, kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are.
I'm Drake Susie. I'm 15. My parents are John Susie and Marilyn Meadows.
Gotcha. So are you a freshman as well?
Yep.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit first off about the positions you play on defense.
I'm mostly outfield. They can put me wherever in the outfield.
Gotcha. Kind of interchangeable wherever you need to be in the outfield. What's something that you really think is super important to always do when you're in the outfield?
I don't know. Just stay calm. Like what Bird said, when the ball's coming to you, you just gotta stay calm.
Absolutely. Gotcha. And is that one of those things where, obviously, kind of at the high school level, it probably looks a little different coming off the bat, especially some of these fly balls. So is that something I'm sure you've gotten a chance to get adjusted to now?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a lot faster than middle school, so
sure.
You just gotta.
Gotcha.
You gotta adjust.
Awesome. I love it. Now, talk to me about your batting. How do you think you are when you get up to bat?
I don't know. I try to be calm, but I'm not hitting any bombs, you know.
Well, no, but that's, it's one of those things where you have to be calm, and if you do that, then those will come. So, and like I said, you're only a freshman, so if you were hitting bombs here as a freshman, I'd be surprised as well.
Yeah,
so
I just hit them and run them out.
There we go. Awesome to hear. Now, any goals you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint?
I just want to get better at everything, really. Like, there's nothing I'm perfect at, so try my best to be perfect at them.
Awesome. Great to hear. Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
All righty. All righty. Who am I speaking with?
Hayden Bubke.
Hayden, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Dude, great. So, kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, what grade you're in, that sort of thing.
I'm Hayden Bubke. I'm 15. I am the son of Adam Bubke and Jordan Bubke, and I'm a freshman.
Gotcha. So freshman, kind of, again, a big freshman group, a big sophomore group, and even some 8th graders too. So were you on the team as an 8th grader?
I was, yes.
Gotcha. So now year 2, what's something you're really looking to improve upon now in your 2nd year at the high school level?
Honestly, it's just more of a mindset game. I just got to work on getting in the right headspace.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And that's, that's really something that at your age to be thinking about that is really rare, because I feel like it's just at this level kind of just getting things done. So the fact that you've kind of perfected that and moved on to kind of the mental side of things is good to hear. So talk to me about position-wise, where you are in the field.
Honestly, I just dabble a little bit of everywhere.
Gotcha.
Mainly outfield-ish, second base.
Yeah, kind of Swiss Army knife, utility role, kind of wherever you need to be to make the team successful.
Yep.
Awesome. If you had to pick, I guess, what position do you think you play the best at?
I like first base a lot.
First base?
Yes.
Awesome. A lot of balls coming your way there at first, always. So, any goals you have, either for yourself, from a team standpoint?
Honestly, obviously you just want to make it back down to Carroll, but for myself, not really focused on anything about myself. It's more of a team-wise.
Team, just kind of all team,
yeah.
Get down to Carroll, and I'm sure obviously had a great job at that last year. Wish the best of luck this year. Thanks for chatting.
Well, of course, thank you.
Thank you. All righty. All righty, who am I speaking with?
Casey Bulbuls.
Casey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. So, kind of, first off, introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing for our viewers who aren't familiar with you.
I'm Casey. I'm 15. My parents are Joe and Kyle Bulbuls.
Gotcha. So are you another one of our freshmen?
Yep.
Gotcha. So now, were you on the team as an 8th grader as well?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So year number 2, kind of that second go at it here at the high school level. What are some things that you really thought were challenging last year, kind of coming up to the high school level, and that you're really hoping to get better at this year? Hitting. Gotcha. Maybe just kind of a different feel down than kind of different years. So how do you think it's been this year anyway? Do you think it's improved in any way?
It's improved. I don't get on base very much still, but
yeah.
I do get RBIs every once in a while.
Awesome. Well, it's one of those things where, especially baseball, it's extremely mental, and so one of those, if you don't think you're going to get a hit, you're probably not. So if you are, then you're getting RBIs and you're getting those knocks. So any goals you have, I guess, going forward in your high school career, either for yourself or from a team standpoint?
Get on base more.
Get on base more. Awesome. Anything from kind of a team, as a team goes?
Not much.
Gotcha. Awesome. Just get on base. Love it. Get the W's, get the runs in. Awesome. Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it, and have a good season. Alrighty, who am I speaking with?
Maverick Carroll.
Maverick, how are you doing?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing great. So, introduce yourself, who your parents are, how old you are.
I'm Maverick Carroll. I'm 15, freshman. My parents are Robert Carroll and Joanne Parks.
Gotcha. Were you on the team as an 8th grader?
No, sir.
Gotcha. So, is this your kind of first year out at the high school level? How has it kind of been to make that adjustment here?
It's been fun. Kind of difficult, too.
Gotcha. Do you play any other sports for Kingsley Pierson?
No, sir.
Gotcha. So just kind of first year going out for this. What made you, I guess, want to come out for the team?
We've just moved down here recently, so.
Gotcha.
One of the teams that we had was close to us.
Awesome. Great to hear. So kind of talk to me a little bit about some of the positions you find yourself at. Kind of in the.
I'm mainly an outfielder.
Gotcha. So outfield, and what's something that you really think you're good at the outfield, or something that you excel at?
Just catching the ball. That's
catching
all
the ball. Yeah, absolutely. Now, talk to me about how your batting's been going this year. Have you gotten the opportunity to get any hits so far?
Yep. Most of them been pretty good hits. Been striking out a lot because I'm trying to swing for the fences, which isn't too good of an idea sometimes.
Well, hey, and that's something where it's at least you kind of know that that's how it's going, and you can kind of make adjustments. And that's the first thing, is you need to kind of figure out what's wrong first, then make the adjustment. It seems like you have, and so you will. Any goals you have, either for yourself or from an entire team standpoint, that you're looking to accomplish?
For myself, hit at least one home run this season.
Okay, exactly. I like it.
And then for the team, make it to state.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Love it. Awesome. Thanks for chatting with me, Maverick. I appreciate it. Best of luck this season.
You too.
All righty. Yeah, perfect. We're going to get Coach up here.
Forewarning, warn you about these 8th graders.
No worries. All right, so now up in the hot seat, who am I speaking with?
Coach Duskett.
Coach Duskett. So kind of introduce yourself for our viewers who aren't familiar with who you are. How long have you been here at the program, and what's kind of your pedigree here in baseball?
Yeah, Taylor Duskett. This is my 8th season coaching the Kingsley Pierson baseball program, and I've enjoyed all 8 years. Every year's kind of different, and it's been a fun ride so far.
Absolutely, and in 8 years, a lot of success. Obviously, in the past couple, getting a trip down to Carroll as well. So, tell me a little bit about how you feel this year has been so far. I mean, in my mind, your record right now, you guys are 5-1 in conference play, 10-6 overall. So, to me, that says you're playing some tough competition outside of your conference, and I feel like that might be by design. So kind of what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we set up our schedule to kind of hopefully make us better towards the playoffs.
Sure.
We want to play in competitive, tough ball games that make us better.
Sure.
You don't get much out of playing teams that you're much better than and 10 running them or whatever the case. So, these teams we've been playing lately, Akron got twice this week. Obviously, Woodbury Central's a good club, and we got a lot of good clubs in our conference too. So,
sure.
We get tested at least once or twice a week
right.
with those conference games as well. So, but yeah, this year, it's all about just growing. We have 7 new faces in the starting lineup. If you count the guys that are coming off the bench to pinch hit or courtesy run or filling in the outfield or infield, we're playing 9-10 new guys this year. So. Right. And if you look at it's they just don't have the experience yet.
Sure.
Even the starters that have been in the game in every game this year, they only have 40 varsity at bats. That's not a lot. So,
right.
I got to be patient with them. They got to be patient with themselves, and just kind of keep true to the course that they want to be on and stay on. And hopefully at the end of the year we're peaking when we want to be.
Gotcha. Now, talk to me a little bit about what you feel kind of is the identity of you guys this year. Strengths, weaknesses. I mean, how's your bats? How's your defense? How's your pitching? Kind of give me a rundown.
Sure. Definitely our strength is probably our pitching staff.
Sure.
I'm confident we have 7 good arms that can get varsity outs. And, if you look at our pitching statistics, ERA, WHIP, we're one of the best in the state.
Okay.
So, credit to those guys. They've worked hard in the off season, kept their arms healthy, got their arms stronger, and it's been a big plus for us this year.
Yeah.
So definitely our pitching staff's probably our strongest point. Bats, we're still trying to kind of figure that out. I'd like to see a few more balls in play. I'd like to see maybe a little more small ball get executed. But again, these guys are learning. They're getting their first varsity at bats, in their career. So
right.
Again, we got to be patient. And defensively, we've had a few games where it wasn't pretty, but when in the few games where we've been on our A game defensively, I really like what we have.
Sure.
Like, I think we're tough at all positions. And if we can stay focused and have a few more of those games, I think, again, we're going to be tough at the end.
Awesome. So kind of tell me what you have coming up. I know you're going to play Akron here for a second time this week, coming up here tomorrow, and then you'll have stuff here coming up, I'm sure, next week too. It looks like, as I'm looking here, George Little Rock, and then some tournaments coming up here as well this weekend. So tell me kind of what you have in the near future.
Yeah, so this week, obviously we just played Akron on Tuesday, Woodbury Central on Wednesday. Day off today, so let the guys kind of rest and recuperate a little bit, and then tomorrow we go up to Granville, Spalding. That's their yearly tournament. It's a really great tournament. Good quality teams up there. Could be a 3-game weekend for us, hopefully, if you make the championship game. So
right.
Akron Friday night, and if we get through that one, I believe we have Galen, and then win those 2 and you're in a championship game, against a good probably Unity Christian or Remsen St. Mary's, Don Bosco. It's a fully loaded tournament. And then next week we start our conference tournament. So we got the 2 seed. We'll be playing home our first 2 games, and that's a good tournament. You know, we're a 2 seed, so hopefully we get through the first one and we'll match up with a 3 seed, and then you know, if you make the championship game, you're also playing good competition. So again, at this point in the year, we're just trying to get at bats and time on the field and keep growing, keep learning.
Absolutely. Now, tell me a little bit, obviously, about your kind of thoughts on any goals, not only for this year to the end of the season, but, I mean, really past it for the future of the program here and kind of the coming years of Kingsley Pierson Panther baseball.
Yeah, I think the culture has been set here and the standards have been set. You know, we're looking to win conference regular season titles every year. We are looking to win our conference tournament every year, and then we're looking to get to Carroll. You know, in the last 6 years or 5 years, we've managed to do and get through a lot of those goals and conquer those goals. So we still have 2 out of our 3 goals available to us this year. So, you know, I know that's on the boys' minds, and they're going to want to get back to Carroll and make their own legacy here in Kingsley Pierson baseball. You know, because with all the new faces, like, it's their turn.
Yeah.
So, and I want them to do it for them. You know.
Sure.
So.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thanks for chatting with me. We still got a bunch of 8th graders we'll get through, but
good luck with that.
Enjoy the off day, because those are far and few in between
Thanks.
At this point. And again, thanks for chatting.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
That was head coach Taylor Duskett. And now, without further ado, the moment you've all been waiting for, the 8th graders. And the first 8th grader. Who am I talking with?
Grayson Nissen.
Grayson. So, got to introduce yourself, who your parents are. We know you're an 8th grader, but just start with your parents.
Chris Nissen and Heather Nissen.
Gotcha. So how has it been this year? Obviously, kind of the first year up here at the high school level. Do you think it's kind of been a difficult adjustment?
I didn't play baseball last year, and it's my bat was going good at the start of the season, but lately I've been in a little slump.
Gotcha. So, and like we said, baseball, one of those things, very streaky. You could be hot, then you could be cold, and you'll get right back to hot in no time. So talk to me about the positions you play on the field.
I play almost everywhere. I mean, I pitch, I play middle infield, third, outfield.
Gotcha. What would you say, in your mind, is the most difficult position to play?
Outfield's really difficult when there's a weird hit ball.
Sure. So some of those coming off the bat, they can be knuckleballs. They can have super heavy topspin and kind of dive on you. I was not an outfielder, and you could not pay me to go out there. I'll tell you that. Any goals you have for this year, either for yourself or from a team standpoint?
Try to barrel up more balls.
Yeah, awesome. Just hit that sweet spot and keep hitting balls hard.
Yep, and get my off speed working on my pitching.
There we go. Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for chatting with me, and like I said, best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so next 8th grader here. Alrighty, who am I speaking with?
Jack Seglum.
How are you doing, Jack?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing great. So let's start with your parents.
Yeah, my mom is Michelle Seglum.
Awesome. So an 8th grader on the team. How has this kind of been first year up at the high school level?
Big change. There's always change when you go up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think you've kind of handled it well, or had a good experience so far this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. How have kind of the older guys been on the team? I know sometimes it could be a little bit scary being the 8th grader, but I mean, how have kind of the older kids been to you guys?
They've been good. Look up to a lot of them. So
yeah.
See
Awesome.
them in that way.
Yeah, they kind of help you out, and it's like one of those things where, you know, they've been to the state tournament, and that's obviously what you guys are trying to do. And so learning from them and seeing what they do, I'm sure, is really, really good. Now, talk to me about positions you play on the field.
I'm a DH, but I play some first base.
Gotcha. So talk to me about that DH position. Now, that's very, very unique in that, you know, there's a lot of downtime, you'd say, or time where, you know, team is out in the field or you're just not up to bat and not the part of the lineup. So how do you really stay focused when you're as a DH when you're not up to bat?
I don't think I do.
How do you? I mean, you don't. Do you try at all? I mean, you got to stay engaged in the game, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, from the dugout, just being super vocal, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
D1 chirper.
Yeah. Any goals you have either for yourself or for the team this year?
I don't really have any personal goals, but except to help the team.
Gotcha.
Win conference, go
gotcha.
to state.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Too.
Alrighty. And our next 8th grader, who am I chatting with?
I'm Sam Duskett.
How are you doing, Sam?
I'm good.
Awesome. So, kind of introduce yourself. Who are your parents? How old you are?
My name's Sam. My parents are Taylor and Monica Duskett.
Gotcha. So your dad's the coach here, obviously.
Yeah.
So kind of that's a unique role. How's it kind of been here first year on the team for you?
It's been fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Talk to me about the positions you play on defense.
More outfield and I pitch a little bit.
Gotcha. So talk to me when you do get a chance to pitch. What's something that you always like to think about or keep in mind when you're on the bump?
I try to throw strikes.
Gotcha.
Don't do that very much.
Don't do that very much. But hey, that's one thing. You're a little further back here at this level, so one of those things you'll have to get used to, I'm sure, and will as you progress. So talk to me about your offensive game, your bats, how you feel like you've been.
I've been solid. I've gotten a few varsity ABs, but not too many.
Gotcha. And any goals you have for yourself or from a team standpoint this year?
Personal, probably just, pitching, throw more strikes. I've been really wild. Other than that, just do a job.
Gotcha. Awesome. Sam, thanks for chatting with me. Wish you the best of luck this year. Alrighty. Now, got a couple of 8th graders here left, as I can see here. So who am I speaking with?
Jackson Newman, a.k.a. Big Juicy.
How are you doing, Big Juicy?
Good.
Love to hear it. So, introduce yourself, your name, obviously who your parents are. We know you're an 8th grader, but got to give us the rundown.
My name is Jackson Newman. My parents are John and Brendan Newman, and I'm 14.
Gotcha. So why do they call you Big Juicy?
I don't know. It was off of a TikTok. Saw a TikTok. Guy's name was Big Juicy.
So is it you look like this guy on TikTok, or
I don't know.
Sound like this guy?
I honestly don't know.
All right, gotcha.
I just go with it.
Gotcha. All right. So let's start off. How has it been here now up at the high school level as an 8th grader for the first year?
It's been so fun.
Gotcha. Fun. You've enjoyed it?
Difficult at times for sure, but
sure. As kind of it always is, a learning curve, but not too anything out of the ordinary, I'm sure. What positions do you play?
I play mostly third and then a little bit of first, and I pitch.
Gotcha. So, Big Juicy at the hot corner. Tell me a little bit about that position. That's kind of one where you get a lot of traffic going there, and a lot of balls hit you going pretty fast. So Are you confident playing there?
I'm pretty confident. Some of them are tougher to read, like the hops and stuff, but just got to stay focused and really do what I can.
Gotcha. Awesome. Talk to me about kind of your batting and how do you feel like you've done well? Is there some things you really need to improve on, or kind of break that down for me?
There's always things I need to improve on. I mean, a lot of times I like to drop the barrel instead of going straight through the ball and pop it up a lot, but gotten better lately with it and hopefully keep improving with tee work and stuff like that. So
Gotcha. And again, it's one of those things, if you know that it's wrong, you can fix it. And so it's clear that you kind of identified that issue and are working to improve. So great to hear. Any goals you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint this year?
I just got to put the ball in play and throw strikes when I'm pitching, and then as a team, obviously win the conference tournament and make it down to Carroll.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty, who am I speaking with?
Porter Hackett.
How are you doing, Porter?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great. So, kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, and we know you're an 8th grader, but let's kind of just start with your parents.
I'm Porter Hackett, 14, and my parents are Josh and Kimmy Hackett.
Gotcha. So, an 8th grader, how has it been in your experience this year up here at the high school level?
It's been good. Got to hang out with a lot of good guys.
Awesome.
Learn a lot from them.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah, great to hear. A lot of experience here, and they've done some good things in the past years, so a lot you can learn, I'm sure. So now talk to me about the positions you play in the field.
I play any of the infield positions, first, second, third, short.
Gotcha. So really anywhere on the infield is where you really feel comfortable.
Yeah.
What's something as an infielder, or just kind of in general, any of the infield spots that you gotta always do or always keep in mind out there?
Stay calm for sure. Gotta focus on where your hands are at, where you're gonna put the throw and everything.
Gotcha. Kind of maybe know what you're going to do before you do it. Maybe know, like, if the ball gets hit to me, I'm going to feel it, toss it a sec. Whatever the situation is, that sort of thing. Offensively, what are your thoughts when you get up to bat? How have you been doing this year?
I'm pretty confident offensively. I've been getting the ball in play. Just got to get on more of the line than on the ground.
Sure. Yeah. Gotcha. Awesome. So, any goals you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint this year?
Grow as a team. That's a big part of it, and individually, I can work on anything. I'm not perfect, so there's a lot to work on.
Awesome. Great to speak to you. I appreciate it, and best of luck this season, Porter.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. All righty. Who am I speaking with?
Riker Ross.
Riker, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself, your parents, and how old you are.
I'm 14, and my parents are Grant and Ashley Ross.
Gotcha. So another 8th grader. And how has it been this year up at the high school level? Has it been a difficult transition or fairly easy?
It's been fairly easy. I've learned a lot of stuff.
Gotcha.
Going up a level.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
What are some positions you play, or where do you really find yourself out in defense?
I play basically infield, like shortstop, sometimes at pitch.
Gotcha. Awesome. What about offensively? Kind of, what do you think a strength is of your batting ability or your skills at the plate?
I just try to get a hold of the ball and get it in play.
Awesome.
Get on base.
Sure. Riker, any goals you have this year?
Just to hit the ball a little bit better, maybe.
Sure.
Field
Kind
the
of.
ball.
Yeah, maybe.
As much errors.
Maybe just fine tune some things a little bit and kind of just get that much better. Awesome. Love it. Well, Riker, thanks for chatting with me. Best of luck this year. All right. All right, who am I speaking with?
Bryson Bauer.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. So, kind of start us off. How old you are, who your parents are, that sort of thing.
I'm 14, and my parents are Nate and Renee Bauer.
Gotcha. So, another 8th grader. How has it been this year, first year at the high school level?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Get to know everybody.
Yeah. Awesome. So, tell me a little bit about the positions you play.
Catcher.
Catcher. So that one's unique, kind of the only person facing that other way, and have a full view of the whole team and kind of that sort of thing. So what's something you really like to, or something you pride yourself on at the catcher position?
Just framing that ball.
Yeah, kind of maybe can get some strikes that maybe otherwise wouldn't have been called without your capability to frame. Now, offensively, how have you been doing so far this year?
Started off cold.
Gotcha.
Getting there though.
Getting there, maybe a little bit of an adjustment period at first, and now kind of warming up to things a little bit. Awesome. Any goals you have? Obviously, this is your first of many seasons here at Kingsley Pierson up at the high school. So, kind of any goals you have going forward?
Just keep improving.
Awesome. Keep improving. Could not agree with you more. So, thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Have a good season.
Thank you.
Alrighty, who am I speaking with?
Niles Rolling.
Niles, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. So, kind of introduce yourself, who your parents are, and how old you are.
I'm 14 years old, and my parents are Christy and Neil Rolling.
Gotcha. So, a good group of you guys, of you 8th graders, kind of out this year. How is your relationship with your other 8th grade teammates?
Good.
Good. What about your how have the older guys been here? I see they're kind of in the background right now, making you crack a smile. But how's it been kind of with them?
Good leadership.
Awesome. Good leadership. Love to hear it. Tell me about kind of the roles you play on defense.
I usually am playing in the outfield.
Gotcha. And then what about on offense? How has your bat really gone so far?
All right.
All right. What do you think you could really improve on?
Everything.
Everything? Gotcha. So any specific goals that you have for yourself or from a team standpoint?
Get better, and then hopefully we get down to Carroll.
Awesome. Niles, thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Have a good season.
Thank you.
All righty. Getting down here to the last few, I believe. Who am I chatting with?
Daxton Kurtz.
How are you doing, Daxton?
Good, you?
Doing good. So introduce yourself, who your parents are, that sort of thing.
I'm 14. My parents are Brant and Allison Kurtz.
Gotcha. So another 8th grader. What positions do you play?
Outfield, and I pitch.
Outfield and pitcher. Talk to me a little bit about the pitcher position when you do get the opportunity to pitch. Is it kind of starting, or do you come in out of relief? Kind of what are your thoughts? Relief. Awesome. So what's one thing you like to keep in mind, or in your eyes, the most important thing to remember when you're pitching?
Stay confident and rely on your mechanics.
Gotcha. Awesome. Now, talk to me about batting. What do you think you really a strength of your game?
Hitting in crucial moments.
Gotcha. Kind of that. Think you got that clutch factor a little bit. Awesome. Yeah. Any goals you have this season?
Stay more confident in the box and improve as a team.
Awesome. Great. Thanks for chatting with me. Wish you the best of luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Any more? I think we're good. Alrighty, that'll be the last one. Thanks for watching there, folks.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.